And in this video I'm going to be doing the shocklink. The one on the bike's got a wobble from somewhere, and this is a different shocklink. I've cleaned it up. I'm going to clean it up a bit more, but we're going to strip this down. There's two bearings in there, should be a grease nipple in there, just to grease them two bearings. There's a bearing at this side, there's a bearing at that side. You'll see when it comes off, and this shaft's to come out, and in the shaft you've got, you see the aluminum foam, two brass sleeves. You can see the line up with the top. I'll show a bit closer in a minute. But anyway, we'll pull that rod out of there. And you can see the brass sleeves, they've got a gap in the middle. We'll get these seals out as well, there's four of them. So we'll pop the four seals out. That's the seals out. Just clean round there, clean round there, and round there. It's just so you can see there's two brass bushes. There's one there. When I take this pick away with it focuses, there's one at the other side. You can see a gap in the middle of them. That's for the grease pin what goes through. You put grease in, and the hole in the grease pin lines up with the gap in between this brass and this brass spacer, so the grease would be coming here, same as this. When that's filled up with grease, there's a gap in between these two bearings, as you can see. Focuses in. There it is there, look. The gaps in the middle of the two bearings. So you can grease the bearings up, because these always seize. And I just cleaned it up just to show just where the bearings sit. Just have them that far out. So when the seal goes in, it's all flat. And on the brass sleeves, you can see that the brass sleeves is in line with this back bit what the seal sits on. We'll get all this out, get this stripped down. Now we're going to take these two bearings out. If you wanted, you could measure how far the bearings off the side, 3-4 milli, but it doesn't matter. That bearing there could be pushed all the way along here. It's only got to be there so that grease nipple can let grease through the middle of the two bearings and grease all this. But I'm sure on the new ones they stopped making them with the grease nipple, so this would seize up and you'd have to buy new parts from Yamaha. That's what I read somewhere, or somebody told us. Anyway, we'll get the bearing out. We've got that one there, that puller. I think it's this one. See the gap in the bearing, I needed a grip behind there. A bit messy in there. But that's a grip behind the bearing now. So now I'll put that in, tighten that up. big wash from the nut. So now that's in. Just going to put a screwdriver in the top of there to keep this thread tight while I tighten that bolt up. See the bearing come out. And that's the bearing just popped through. That's it there. Just have to bang this back off the shock link. There's the bearing. You get two of them. Just full of them. Little rollers all the way around. See them all dropping out now. Chuck that in the bin. So that's the shock link with the bearing out of that side. That's where it goes. You can see the hole, what the grease nipple. That's why the bearings have only got to go to there, so they don't block the bleeding nipple up. Probably been 30 years since he's been changed. These never ever get changed unless people strip the frames down. One of these bolts is hard to get out, so you've got to rebuild your shock link. So that's where that bearing's been anyway. Just get the other bearing out the same. Just extract it out. And there's the other bearing out. It's there, it's just flat all the way along. Hold the top. That's that, just needs to clean. Right now we'll get these brass bushes out. See in the middle. So dirty they are there. I've just waited the meeting to see the edge of one of that brass bush down there. And we will get these two out now. This is what they look like. They were £15 from Yamaha, these. A close up on them. That side's tapered. That side's not, it's just flat. You see that goes down on an angle like that. In the place these bearings, I only bought one, thinking that I could get another one the same from the place I get the bearings from, and they emailed us back saying they can't get them, so I'm going to have to just buy another Yamaha one, and they're £35. I need two of them. That's the brass clip what's in, there's two of them, and there's two in this swing arm as well, so we'll get this brass clip out now. So just get the same pull as what I pulled the last bearing out with. It's the same size, it grips, it goes in, it grips in the middle. That's it. Just get in and you feel that it's gripped. Now get this in. That one will work because the diameter of the copper sleeve is smaller than this. So this will just slide up. I might be able to get on camera of it coming out. So just put a screwdriver in this. Keep it tight. Tighten this up. Don't tighten it up too hard though, because when it's gripping the walls. If you tighten this up too tight, it's gripping the walls of the shock link. You just want it to grip under that small copper thingy. Just tighten it, you'll feel it tighten. Don't tighten anymore. Normally with bearings you've got to tighten them dead strong to get them out, but that should get out of that. So we'll put that one on. Like I say, it will slide out with that one on. because the diameter is smaller. And that's bringing the brass space up now. I've just been doing it down on the floor because it's easier. There's the little brass collars. Let's see what numbers they've got on. So it's been. There's the other one on the other side. So we'll get that out now. And if you look, that's the grease pins. There's two of them. There's the grease nipple. If you look in the middle, there's a circle. That's why the circle on these two copper bushes in here has to fit through there. So when you grease your swinging arm up by there, the grease is going through the middle and it's missing this brass spacer and that brass spacer. Same with the other bolt. There's another bolt what comes up here what fits on the swinging arm. That's just the same. That's got two of these copper spacers in. We'll be doing them next after I've done this. Getting this side one out now. You can see it coming up through the bottom. That's the other copper bush. That's it through the middle. All just flat. That's just muck in the middle. Just won't clean tomorrow. That's just flat through the middle. One hole for the bleed nipple. That doesn't need a hole for a bleed nipple because I've just showed that that fit through two of the hole. These fill up with grease. You fill them up with that end and they fill up with grease, and that goes in the middle of there. So it's keeping that lubricated when you grease that. And like I said before, there's another one goes there onto the swinging arm. But we'll have to put two of them in as well. But that'll be that for now. Until the bearings and the four seals come and the 3 bushes